Hello and welcome to an outside edition of a What Sold video because I want to be outside. So let me go ahead and share with you everything that I sold. The first thing is actually going to be on Poshmark. I sold this mug. I don't know why it says $15. I took an offer of $12. Just really happy to see it move. I bought one at a thrift store for $1 and then I already had one because I had Loot Crate in 2016. So I still have one of these, but this one sold for $12. Pretty happy. Either way, $1 or free, still great to have this sale. This is a vintage piece. This is a mesh dress. This is Vintage Express, so if you see Express Tricot, that would be Express from the 90s and the Y2K era. This is a peak 90s slip dress kind of, and it sold for my full asking price of $19.87. Really happy about that sale. This is a vintage pair of Bill Blass jeans. They're from the 90s. These are the high-rise tapered ankle mom jeans, so quintessential for the time period, sold for $13 plus shipping. I probably picked those up at the bins, or I picked them up on half off day. So I either paid $2.50 for them, I paid $5 for them. This is some retail arbitrage. I picked this up at Big Bargain Box store. I paid $6 for it. It sold $12.64 free shipping, so I made like a couple dollars off of it, but I'm a really big Animal Crossing fan, so I wasn't too upset about that. I personally kept one of the Bell bags for myself because I'm hoping to manifest more money by doing it that way. For those of you that are readers, I highly recommend, perusing my shop because it is I think about a quarter to a third roughly of books, and if you don't peruse the shop regularly, you might miss out on some books you're looking for. I did find a new roadside picnic by the Strugatsky brothers, and I put it up for sale on eBay. It sold for $12.48 free shipping. I paid $5 for this, so again, I only made like $2 or $3, but perfectly happy with that. By the way, just in general, if you find anything by the Strugatsky brothers out and about for sale at the secondhand shops, pick it up. They are kind of having a renaissance on BookTube right now, especially Roadside Picnic. It is a very much sought after book. So just putting that out there. This is RAB. It is a UK brand. It's a UK fitness brand. And I figured I would give it a try because I picked this up at Diversity Thrift. So I paid $1 for it. It sold for my full asking price of $19.87. I noticed that when I was looking at comps on this, it not only had a pretty good sell-through, it also had a pretty good average sale price. So really happy I picked this up, especially for $1. This is a book by Alfred Hitchcock. He has his own juvenile fiction series, if you did not know, and most of the original ones are quite valuable, giving Nancy Drew Hardy Boys vibes. This is Alfred Hitchcock and the Three Investigators in the Mystery of the Fiery Eye. I picked this up for 50 cents at the bins. It sold for $19.87, so I made $15 off of this book. Very happy. Another bins find. I'm super surprised that these were not picked up by somebody at the bins because shoes are $3.50 at the bins. I will say that these were very dirty when I picked them up, but you can throw canvas Vans and Converse in the wash. So that is what I did, clean them right up. They sold for my full asking price literally within 48 hours of me listing them for $29.87. So this was a great find. I pick up manga when I can find it out and about. I actually picked this up at the Restore. I paid $1 for it, but there was a lot of manga at this Restore, and I picked up the ones that were valuable because they wanted $1 to $4 per book. So I only picked up the $1 ones, but this one I saw had a really high sell-through rate, which is kind of rare for secondhand manga, but this was an older one. And so this sold for $13.87. It is free shipping, but I made $5 or $6 off of this book. So, and it was also another really quick flip. It sold within a week of me listing it. So that was wonderful. This is a viewer sale. So Nancy, thank you very much. She bought 3 items from me. She bought this 90s Jose Bank vest, extra large vest. I picked this up at a hole-in-the-wall church thrift store in Brahamsville. It is only open for 4 hours on Saturdays. So that is why you have not seen me at it again, because both times I've just managed to go there on a Saturday when I'm going and doing other things. So that's I have to schedule a special trip out there to do that. But it's a great thrift store if you're ever out there. It's like a church thrift. But so I paid, you know, $2 for this there, and it sold for $13.50 from Nancy. So Nancy, thank you. She also bought this Duluth Trading polo. I picked that up also at the bins, so I have probably a little bit over $1 into that. Another XL, it sold for $11.90. And then another Duluth Trading piece. This is also an extra large, but it was for women. And this sold for $19.90. And I actually paid for that at a regular thrift store. So I have this a long sleeve shirt. So I have $6.25 into it. So Nancy, thank you very much. I hope you love the 3 items and I really appreciate you buying from me. Speaking of that restore, I actually found this Sailor Moon book at that restore and I paid $1 for it. This sold within an hour of me listing it for my full price. It was a brand new first edition copy of the Pretty Guardian series by Sailor Moon. Thought about keeping this because Sailor Moon was my first anime. Sold for $10.87, so I made $5 off of this within an hour of me listing it, so that was awesome. This is a shirt I put up for sale on Whatnot, and it did not sell on Whatnot, but it did sell on eBay within a week of me listing it. Sold for $11.05 on eBay, and I have $1 into this because I got it at the bins. This is the best sale of the week. This is a UK quiet luxury brand. The brand is Margaret Howell. It primarily has women's clothing, like that's what they focus on, but it does have a men's line. And I actually found this at the bins and I was so excited because I reached into the bins and I felt this and it was so soft. It felt so nice. And then I saw the tag and I was like, this has to be something. And then when I did the research on it, I realized that I had found a UK like mid-tier luxury brand, quiet luxury brand. And so I put it up. I did get a couple of lowball offers when I first listed it, but I knew that it was going to sell because it has a high sell-through rate and there weren't very many listed, especially from the men's line. And it did sell for my full asking price of $104.87. I probably have $1 into this because it was a vest, an XL size cotton vest. Sold it for $104.87 plus shipping. So this was a great sale. I definitely will continue to look out for Margaret Howell, and I cannot believe I found it at the bins. Well, I can believe I found it at the bins because nobody knows about Margaret Howell here in the States. And I'm sure somebody just thought it was just like a basic cotton vest, but you guys know how I feel about, my cotton knitwear or about knitwear vests in general. Amazing piece. Another book, I actually picked this up from that big book buyout. So I have 10 cents into this book. It sold for $6.87. This actually sold internationally. This is Rose's Daughter. It is a retelling of the Beauty and the Beast story, kind of like a modern fantasy retelling of it. So made, a couple dollars off of it. Happy about that. This next piece is a Miracle Suit top. It was the top only. I could not find any of the bottoms, but this is Miracle Suit. Miracle Suit is a great swimwear brand. And I definitely made sure to put top only everywhere in the listing. I did offer this for sale on Whatnot for $2 and nobody purchased it. And so I immediately listed it and it sold for $19.87, just the top. Miracle Suit is a great brand. It is one that I hopefully will find more of as we get into warmer weather because that is when it's gonna sell. This is a Farm Rio top. This is the first time I've ever found Farm Rio out in the wild. I found it for Thriftmas at the Dav by my house in Newport News. I paid $4.50 for that there, and it sold for $25, and the buyer paid for shipping. I am perfectly happy with the $25 sale because it was an extra small. Another piece from that big book buyout, I have 10 cents into this book. It is Don DeMelio. Don DeMelio writes a lot of like sports fiction, sports novels, feel-good sports novels, but this is In Zone by him. It sold for $12.80, so I probably made like $5 or $6 off of this, and I'm really happy about that. Sorry, the cat is behind me. Not my cat, the boy's cat is back there. So I'm hoping you're enjoying like the glowy halo feature that is going on here. If not, you can just tell me never to film outside again and I will do that, but I want it to be outside, it's nice. This is a pair of vintage peanuts. I got both of these at the bin, so I have $1 into these books. They sold for $6.87. I remember watching Charlie Brown's Christmas special when I was little, so I wanted to save these books from the landfill. Very happy. Like, one's from the 60s and one's from the 70s, so just saving 2 pieces from the trash. As you can tell, I'm no longer outside, and that is because my camera battery died. I was just trying to watch the footage back and realize I am missing the whole last third of this video, so here we go. We're gonna finish this video out with me here. Hi. And back at the house, and of course back with Miss Moxie. Everybody say hello to Miss Moxie. This is an item I actually put up on Whatnot. It's something I picked up at the bins. I actually didn't mean to pick this up. I don't know why. It was just nostalgia, and also I just wanted generally to ask the audience what it was. And you all told me it was an appliance cover, which is something that people used to do because I guess appliances used to be considered unsightly, and so you needed to add it to your decor, which I think people are doing again now. Of course, we also have like fun colors again, so I don't know. But I offered it up for Whatnot. Nobody bought it. It literally sold like within 2 weeks of me listing it on eBay, which I was surprised about. Now this is actually an AI generated image here. This is not my kitchen. It's something that Photo Room offers. I'm not sponsored by Photo Room. It is an app I pay for. I pay $70 a year, I think is the price, and it offers not only taking out backgrounds, it also adds backgrounds, which has, I think, been very useful. I have definitely seen benefits from that. It definitely is an app that more than pays for itself, like after you did like 10 pictures, to be honest. Sold for $9.87. I probably have like a quarter or less into this. So save something from the landfill, and yeah, I think it's great. This is a D.H. Lawrence book. I bought and sold so many D.H. Lawrence books. I do pick them up used as well, and I will lot them together and sell them as a lot. The reason why this one sold by itself is because it's a brand new one, and it sold for $8.78. I have 10 cents into this book, so not a bad sale. This is a vintage piece from that big vintage buyout. I have 25 cents into this shirt. Technically, I consider it free at this point because I have made literally thousands of dollars off of this lot of stuff. So this is also one of those instances where I've talked about before on the channel that I've stopped doing sets of clothing because as with this big vintage buyout, this lady could dress and she liked to match. So a lot of the pieces were like a top and bottom that were supposed to go together, but I've not had a whole lot of success doing that. I don't know why. So I've started splitting everything up and listing them separately, and they've sold much better for me. You might have different results, but for a quarter investment, it sold for $14.30, and I'm so ecstatic to get more of that out of my house. I still have so much of it left to list, to be honest. This is another Whatnot piece. I got it at the bins, put it up on Whatnot for $2, and it sold immediately once I listed it on eBay for $14.87. It is a brand new Old Navy piece. I actually have really great luck selling Old Navy new with tags on eBay. It sells very quickly for me. You know, it sells in this $10 to $20 range, but it does sell very quickly. So I will always pick up Old Navy new with tags at the bins. It's great for me. It sold for $14.87. So again, as I've mentioned before, with my, going to the bins trips where I do offer everything on Whatnot first, I've talked multiple times, like the reason why I'm doing it is because I wanted to hit 1,000 sales on Whatnot. I just recently hit that, so yay me. And what that does is it unlocks instant payouts to help with cash flow, and then also to like offer up good deals for you guys, because I know that, having $1.59 per pound and $1.29 per pound, if I get like a whole bunch of stuff, is really cheap, and that's not everybody's prices. I think Courtney in one of her videos just recently mentioned that one of her bins places is like $3 per pound, which is a lot to me. So it's a way to offer up cheaper inventory to my fellow resellers, and then with the understanding that everything that I am showing you guys is stuff that I would be happy to list for myself on my store, because it is, and it does sell for me. Speaking of, this is a Nike piece. Now, of course, it only sold for $7 when I listed it. I knew it wasn't going to sell for very much because it is a tank top. It's a medium Nike Mylar tank top, which is specifically for running. So I didn't expect it to sell a whole lot, but I knew it was going to sell, especially this time of year when people are still doing like their New Year's resolutions, like New Year, New You. So that's why I definitely was going to pick this up. I do have a tendency to pick up more workout wear or earlier in the year as we go in towards the warmer months, because of the fact that people are trying to like get in shape, or get in a shape that's different than the one they have now. So sold for $7. you know, less than $1 into it, perfectly happy. This is one of my fig sets. This is the burgundy fig sets. That's the Pisco bottoms and the Leon top. Most figs, if you have never heard of them, it's a scrub brand. It's kind of like Lululemon. It feels like Lululemon when you're out shopping for it. It will get like put in sometimes with the activewear if they don't know what it is, and it sells well, and it'll have like where the material tag is, it'll have the newer stuff will have the name of the item in it, like what style it is. So that's also super great. But sold for $30. I paid $11 for this at the retail location next door to the bins. I've talked about it before in these what sold videos. I had the gut feeling that I was like, I should go check over in the retail location and see if there's any good stuff there. And they had just rolled out this full Z-rack of just figs. It was all men's size large figs in like a bunch of different colors. And I think as of filming this portion of the video, sold out everything but the seal blue. I think I still have 1 or 2 sets of the seal blue left, but I think I've sold everything else. So that was amazing, and hopefully that lightning will strike again for me, because I made so much money off of that one find. This is a viewer sale, Leah. Thank you so much. She bought this cool 90s like button front top for men. It's a size small. I pick up all sizes, you know, extra small to, you know, 5X if I can find it, because everybody needs clothes, and some of the super smaller sizes are just as hard to find as the bigger sizes. So I pick up everything. And then also this left of center women's medium shirt. She picked up both of these and she bundled them together for $23.95. And then she paid for shipping because I did put them, I think, in a priority mailer. I'm not sure. Leah will correct me if she's here. But Leah, thank you so much for buying from me. It means a lot, and I do appreciate it. This is a cross stitch backing. I do pick up crafting stuff whenever I'm out and I find it if it's new and sealed. And this was just some cross stitching backing that I found. I looked it up and they were actually selling, they weren't selling for a whole lot, but housewares, which is what this was considered, is 79 cents a pound. So I maybe have a nickel into this because it's so lightweight. I mean, it's just a little tiny cardboard sleeve of like an 18 by 18 inch square of fusing. So it sold for $2, which is not a whole lot, but the buyer paid for shipping, so I still made $2 basically off of this super lightweight, easy to list thing. I just scanned the barcode, took a picture front and back, and that was it. Super fast. This is an estate sale find. Actually, the estate sale that I did, that big vintage buyout, actually I bought this as well. It was in that $100, so I got like 400 pieces of clothing, vintage clothing, and then I've got a couple of hard goods as well. It all was only $100, so I have very little into this mug, which is why when I finally got an offer of $8, I just let it go. I did think about keeping it for myself because it was dead stock from the 70s. There are 2 Busch Gardens. There's one in Florida, and then there's one here in Williamsburg, which I spent so much of my childhood at, and my adulthood, to be honest. And yeah, I miss it. I haven't gone since COVID, but I really loved it, and I thought about keeping it, but I have plenty of mugs, so happy this moved to a new home. This is Outdoor Voices. I believe I picked this up at Diversity for like $1, and I did get to wear it once before it sold. I have noticed that as soon as they enter the closet, if I have listed them, they will immediately exit the closet if I like them. Outdoor Voices doesn't get as much or sells as fast as it used to. It used to be one of those brands that like was in and out in a flash, but it definitely has dropped off a little bit. But this still sold pretty quickly for $15, and again I paid $1 for it, so very happy with that. And that is actually the last I'm gonna have to share with you. So sorry for the switch up there. It was kind of cloudy today, but still good. We're in the cloudy cold weather, and hopefully after this is over we will be back into the sunshiny and warmth again, because that was really nice, and I do find myself much more productive when it is nice outside, which is silly because you would think if it's really nice outside I would want to be outside, which I do. I don't know, just overall I'm just more when it's just more pleasant outside. But Miss Moxie, thanks you for being here, and I will see you guys next video. Until then, bye. Bye. Hero, hero. I wanna be a hero, hero. Oh, the hero comes, I can hear the drums, and a horse is drawn to the kingdom come through the pale moonlight. My heart's ignite to the core.